What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today I'm gonna go ahead and show you some solos and some rallies. This one I found, and I believe he was about 140 million might, and I was gonna go ahead and go with heroic cannoneers, ancient drake riders, so a mix of cav and range. Just because the scout that I had, he had about 800,000 troops, but not enough range to actually matter. So that's why I went with this route. Now usually people are heavy ranged, but this guy was one of the few that was not. So that was good to see. So it drops down to 134. So this was a 7 million hit. Unfortunately still not dead on his end, but that's okay, because as I see here, he basically doesn't have much royal guards left. No T4 infantry to speak of. So in this next hit, the best way to go about it would be to just go completely ranged, which is exactly what I did. Let me go ahead and change my leader real quick. There we go. And then just go ahead and send all range. Now, when there's barely any infantry left, what I like to do is just completely send range, because the infantry will be taken out by the range before it reaches them. So it's not that big of a deal, especially if it's layered like this with some infantry and cavalry in front of it. And there's the second hit. Goes down to 125, which is nice, which is a 8.5 million hit. And now we see some red on his end. So he had about 200 plus that were dead on that one. And now it's just pretty much clean up. I mean, the only thing he has is a little bit of range, which is okay. And here we go. Let's clean it up with some infantry. But he shields. He shields. Who shields at the last? You know what? It happens. It happens. I gotta look at the positive side, and that was that I at least got that second hit off, and I was able to actually give him some dead troops. So it wasn't a complete loss. I did get some troops down, but that last hit would have been great. And it's just so demoralizing when you're waiting on the last hit and it doesn't happen. Now in this one, it was a rally. We found this guy, which it was kind of like an ore bank, I believe. He almost had like 1 billion ore and not many troops to speak of. And this is one of the guys that's always shielded 24/7. We were able to find him unshielded for a couple of minutes, and we're able to go to work on him. So there we go. Let's take a look at that report, because that report is going to be kind of massive. There we go. 1.4 million troops dead, while we barely took any damage at all. We probably had like 10,000 each, every member that joined. And this, as you can tell by the shields, this was back when the shields were like heart shaped. So I've had this one recorded for a while. I have so many that I've recorded and just haven't uploaded, so I'm trying to get to all of them and just kind of trying to put them all together. The only thing that was left was just some range, so I believe some range and also some siege. So these solos would go ahead and take them out right here. And there goes Hunter Wolf speeding it up. But guess what, Hunter Wolves? You weren't able to clear him out. And then Hells is able to get the 0 at the end. Although he probably only hit like no troops whatsoever. But if you kill the last siege, that means that you get rewarded with the hero in the end. And then I'm going to go ahead in here and show you the scout report and why everybody's just looking like ants trying to get all the ore. 907 million ore, 204 million gold. All of us took a little bit of that, so say goodbye to all the resources. Now here's another rally. Now this one I was leading, and this is a guy that I just had come online, and they had already gotten a rally off of him. So I don't have the report on that first one, because this was probably about a week ago or so. So I don't have that report anymore. But the first report, I believe, took off about 1.5 million troops or so. He didn't really have much troops. I believe he only had like 4.5, somewhere around that range. And in this rally, as you can see in that report, he basically only had infantry and range. So my rally is gonna be completely infantry. At this point, I don't know what it was. I think it was because it was like the Chinese New Year or something along those lines. But this guild, WER, is a guild that usually reinforces, But in this instance, I don't think they reinforced once. So I don't know if everybody was just drunk, partying. Apparently this guy was probably too drunk to even shield, which, hey, I don't mind. We will take complete and full advantage of that. Do not worry about that. So because I saw that there was no reinforcements, nobody was scouting me, etc., I went ahead and popped up the army attack boost early. And now that we're at 10 seconds, now is the time to go ahead and change the gear to infantry, because again, nobody's reinforcing anyways, and if he gets on, he's gonna shield regardless, so it does not matter. So there goes 15-second march. Usually it's like the 15 longest seconds of your life every single time it happens, but there it is, and burn. There we go. So we take it down to, what is it, 150 or 193. There we go. Now this hit was a massive hit because this guy had, I believe, 270 or 260 million might, somewhere along those lines, and this hit just completely annihilated him. So there it is, minus 76 million might, 2.7 million dead troops, completely dead. And check out the T4 dead in just this hit alone. Now everybody took about 10,000 T3 dead, which is doesn't matter, but take a look at this. Over 1 million heroic cannoneers dead, over 300,000 heroic fighters dead, over 1 million stealth snipers dead. It's just, it was disgusting, okay? It was disgusting, and the only thing that was left is, of course, the freaking siege, because the siege somehow, someway, always finds a way. And guess what? Right after we hit, the dude shields. What is it with the shields? Either they shield too early or shields too late. Like, I really wish we get a little bit more of the too late variety. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.